5, 6, 7, 8.
Patty and Emily most obsessively talking about all your favorite Broadway shows. Patty and Emily thoughts and comedy from Broadway super fans. From Broadway super fans.
Welcome to the 4th annual Patty and Emily Schmezy Awards.
The 2014-2015 theatrical season.
I'm Patty.
And I'm Emily. Let's give out some awards.
The annual Beth Level Schmezy Award is presented to Beth Level.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Headshot Female.
Honorable mentions, Mary Louise Wilson, Eloise Kropp, Mary Beth Peel, and Trixie the Dog.
And the Schmezy goes to Judy Kuhn.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Headshot Male.
Honorable mentions, Christopher Vo, Jack the Dog, Chris Newcomer, Jimmy Nail.
And the Schmezy goes to Timothy Yang.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Fucking Hair IRL.
Honorable mentions, Tanya Pinkins, Cherry Jones, Rebecca Naomi Jones, Tracy Toms, Douglas Sills.
And the Schmezy goes to Carolee Carmelo.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Fucking Performance by Real Hair.
Honorable mention, Kate Baldwin, John and Jen.
And the Schmezy goes to Douglas Sills, Living on Love.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Ass of an Actress.
Honorable mention, Seikon Sengbo, Holler If You Hear Me, Elizabeth Stanley, On the Town.
And the Schmezy goes to Alicia Umpress, On the Town.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Ass of an Actor.
Honorable mention, Clyde Elvis, On the Town, J. Armstrong Johnson, On the Town, Christian Borle, Something Rotten, and Corey Cott, Gigi.
And the Schmezy Award goes to Tony Yazbek, On the Town. The Christian Borle's Arms Schmezy Award.
Honorable mention, Christian Borle, Something Rotten, Jerry O'Connell, Living on Love, Rod McClure, Honeymoon in Vegas, Montego Glover, It Shoulda Been You, Bryn O'Malley, Honeymoon in Vegas.
And the Schmezy goes to Andy Carl on the 20th Century.
The 9 People's Favorite Thing Schmezy Award.
Honorable mentions, Holler If You Hear Me, Dr. Zhivago, Living on Love.
And the Schmezy goes to Sideshow.
The Honey Badger Schmezy Award.
Honorable mention, Tanya Pinkins.
And the Schmezy goes to Harvey Weinstein.
A special Schmezy Award for adding luster to the Broadway season.
Honorable mentions, The Fireworks and You Can't Take It With You, Airline Highway, The Flying Elvises in Honeymoon in Vegas, the costumes in Dr. Zhivago, Sylvia's death in Finding Neverland, The King and I, the choir in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Cookie Jordan, Dave Elsey, Lou Elsey for the Freaks Prosthetics in Sideshow.
And the Schmezy goes to Ian Armitage.
The Christian Noel Ragtime Schmezy Award for Reinterpretive Acting goes to Aaron Davey, Sideshow.
And Emily Paget, Sideshow. The Did You Know Her Son Was Blind Schmezy Award for Disabled Acting goes to Brandon Aranowitz, An American in Paris.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Cast Recording.
Honorable mention, On the Town, The Last Ship, Sideshow.
The Schmezy Award goes to Honeymoon in Vegas.
The Schmezy Award for Lifetime Achievement goes to Elaine Stritch.
The Schmezy Award for Breakout Star.
Honorable mention, Alex Sharp, Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, Geneva Carr, Hand to God, Renee Fleming, Living on Love, Sydney Lucas, Fun Home, Emily Skeggs, Fun Home, Saul Williams, Holler If You Hear Me.
The Schmezy Award goes to Connor Ryan, John and Jen. The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Theatrical Moment that became our inside joke.
Honorable mentions, Douglas Sills, Beautiful, 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 Wow, Living on Love, Kelly O'Hara's Ad-Lib, It Makes Me Throw Pens, The King and I, Crocodile Carolee Carmelo, Finding Neverland, Tiny Flying Elvis, Nancy Opal, Honeymoon in Vegas, Tam Mutu sliding downstage on the steep rake, Dr. Zhivago, It Shoulda Been Lou, It Shoulda Been You.
And the Schmezy goes to Tracy Beezer's Elevator Scene, Honeymoon in Vegas.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Sastress.
Honorable mentions, Emily Paget, Sideshow, Dee Hotie, Gigi, Alicia Umpress, On the Town, Tyne Daly, It Shoulda Been You, Edward Hibbard, It Shoulda Been You, Tyrone, Hand to God, K. Todd Freeman, Airline Highway.
And the Schmezy goes to Harriet Harris, It Shoulda Been You.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Chemistry.
Honorable mentions, Aaron Davey and Emily Paget, Sideshow, Ryan Silverman and Emily Paget, Sideshow, John Cariani and Kate Reiners, Something Rotten, Tam Mutu, Kelly Barrett and Laura Lee Gayer, Dr. Zhivago, Rob McClure and Bryn O'Malley, Honeymoon in Vegas, Kristen Chenoweth and Andy Karl on the 20th Century, Victoria Clark and Dee Hoadie, Gigi, no spoilers, the entire cast of It Shoulda Been You, Emily Skeggs and Roberta Colindrez, Fun Home, Robert Fairchild and Jill Pace, An American in Paris, Annalie Ashford and Will Brill, You Can't Take It With You, Kate Baldwin and Connor Ryan, John and Jen, Cherry Jones and Fun Home.
And the Schmezy goes to Renee Fleming and Douglas Sills, Living on Love.
The Schmezy Award for Real Tear Realness.
Honorable mention, Kate Baldwin, John and Jen, Erin Davey, Sideshow, Tanya Pinkins, Holler If You Hear Me, Elena Shadow, The Visit, John Riddle, The Visit, Tracy Toms, Lost Lake, Carrie Coon, Placebo.
And the Schmezy goes to Julie White, Airline Highway.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Replacement Casting.
Honorable mention, Norm Lewis, Phantom of the Opera.
And the Schmezy goes to Jenny Barber, Wicked.
The We're Really Glad This Happened Schmezy Award goes to John Cameron Mitchell, Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Sung Passage by an Actor.
Honorable mention, Matthew Morrison, End of Stronger, Finding Neverland, Josh Grassetti, It's a Sign in the opening, It Shoulda Been You, Paul Nolan, the end of No Mercy at All, Dr. Zhivago.
And the Schmezy goes to Ryan Silverman, the end of Private Conversation in Sideshow.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Sung Passage by an Actress.
Honorable mention, Alicia Umphris, I Can Cook Too reprise on The Town, Elizabeth Stanley, the end of Carried Away on The Town, Charity Angel Dawson's solo in The Devil You Know, Sideshow, Emily Paget, Who Will Change My Monogram in Who Will Love Me As I Am, Sideshow, Erin Davey, the end of I Will Never Leave You, Sideshow, Ruthie Ann Miles, Something Wonderful, The King and I, Kelly O'Hara, the end of Hello Young Lovers, The King and I, Ashley Park, I Have Dreamed, The King and I, Laura Michelle Kelly, All That Matters Now, Finding Neverland, Lisa Howard, Beautiful, It Shoulda Been You, Victoria Clark, Say a Prayer, Gigi, Heidi Blickenstaff, Right Hand Man, Something Rotten, Kristen Chenoweth, I've Got It All on the 20th Century, Renee Fleming, Did I Just Hear the Bird Singing? Oh no, that was me, Living on Love, Kelly Barrett, When the Music Played, Dr. Zhivago, Nancy Opal, Never Get Married, Honeymoon in Vegas.
And the Schmezy goes to Judy Kuhn, Days and Days, Fun Home. The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Ensemble Dance.
Honorable mention, On the Town, The King and I, An American in Paris, Finding Neverland, The Last Ship.
And the Schmezy goes to Something Rotten.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Ensemble Vocals.
Honorable mentions, The Last Ship, The King and I, The Visit, On the 20th Century, Dr. Zhivago.
And the Schmezy goes to Sideshow.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Ensemble Background Acting.
Honorable mention, Honeymoon in Vegas, Sideshow, The Visit.
And the Schmezy goes to The King and I.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Ensemble.
Honorable mention, The King and I, Something Rotten, Honeymoon in Vegas, Holler If You Hear Me, The Visit, Dr. Zhivago, On the 20th Century.
And the Schmezy goes to Sideshow. The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Child Ensemble.
Honorable mention, The Bechtel Brothers, Fun Home.
And the Schmezy goes to The King's Children, The King and I.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Featured Actor in a Revival of a Musical.
Honorable mention, Brandon Bieber, Sideshow, Derek Hansen, Sideshow, Javier Ignacio, Sideshow, Barrett Martin, Sideshow, Kelvin Moonlow, Sideshow, Con O'Shea Creel, Sideshow, Don Richards, Sideshow, Michael John Slinger, Sideshow, Josh Walker, Sideshow, Paul Nakauchi, The King and I, John Victor Corpus, The King and I, Conrad Ricamora, The King and I, Philip Boykin, On the Town.
And the Schmezy goes to Matthew Patrick Davis, Sideshow.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Featured Actor in an Original Musical.
Honorable mentions, George Merrick, Honeymoon in Vegas, Matthew Saldivar, Honeymoon in Vegas, Joel Perez, Fun Home, Jonathan Ritter, Finding Neverland, Josh Lehman, Finding Neverland, Paul Slade-Smith, Finding Neverland, Adam Heller, It Shoulda Been You, Edward Hibbert, It Shoulda Been You, Michael James Scott, Something Rotten, Peter Bartlett, Something Rotten, Donald Weber Jr., Holler If You Hear Me, Gary Milner, Dr. Zhivago.
And the Schmezy goes to Brad Oscar, Something Rotten.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Featured Actress in a Revival of a Musical.
Honorable mention, Allison Gwynn, On the Town, Lauren Elder, Sideshow, Jordana James, Sideshow, Hannah Shankman, Sideshow, Stephanie Lee, Gigi, Mary Louise Wilson, On the 20th Century.
And the Schmezy goes to Jackie Hoffman, On the Town.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Featured Actress in an Original Musical.
Honorable mentions: Jacqueline Anna Taramian, Dr. Zhivago; Jessie Wildman, Dr. Zhivago; Melody Butu, Dr. Zhivago; Shauna M. Hammock, The Last Ship; Tracy Beezer, Honeymoon in Vegas; Vianne Cox, An American in Paris; Carolee Carmello, Finding Neverland; Teal Wicks, Finding Neverland; Ann L. Nathan, It Shoulda Been You; Nancy Opal, Honeymoon in Vegas.
And the Schmezy goes to Tanya Pinkins, Holler If You Hear Me.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Supporting Actor in a Revival of a Musical.
Honorable mention, Tony Yazbek on The Town, Clyde Alvis on The Town, J. Armstrong Johnson on The Town, Matthew Heidzik, Sideshow, David St. Louis, Sideshow, Robert Joy, Sideshow, Ken Watanabe, The King and I, Corey Cott, Gigi, Andy Carl on The 20th Century.
And the Schmezy goes to Ryan Silverman, Sideshow.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Supporting Actor in an Original Musical.
Honorable mentions: Brooks Ashmanskis, Something Rotten; Max von Essen, An American in Paris; Jimmy Nail, The Last Ship; Aaron Lazar, The Last Ship; Michael X. Martin, It Shoulda Been You; Chip Zien, It Shoulda Been You; David Burtka, It Shoulda Been You; Josh Cressetti, It Shoulda Been You; John Earl Jelks, Holler If You Hear Me; Ben Thompson, Holler If You Hear Me; Christopher Jackson, Holler If You Hear Me; Paul Nolan, Dr. Zhivago.
And the Schmezy goes to David Josephsberg, Honeymoon in Vegas.
And Michael Cerveris, Fun Home. The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Supporting Actress in a Revival of a Musical.
Honorable mention, Alicia Umphris on The Town, Elizabeth Stanley on The Town, Ashley Park, The King and I, Blair Ross, Sideshow, Charity Angel Dawson, Sideshow, Dee Hotie, Gigi.
And the Schmezy goes to Ruthie Ann Miles, The King and I.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Supporting Actress in an Original Musical.
Honorable mentions: Seikhan Sanglo, Holler If You Hear Me; Michelle Ventimiglia, The Visit; Mary Beth Peel, The Visit; Elena Shadow, The Visit; Rachel Tucker, The Last Ship; Bryn O'Malley, Honeymoon in Vegas; Judy Kuhn, Fun Home; Emily Skeggs, Fun Home; Roberta Colindres, Fun Home; Laura Michelle Kelly, Finding Neverland; Tyne Daly, It Shoulda Been You; Harriet Harris, It Shoulda Been You; Sierra Boggess, It Shoulda Been You; Montego Glover, It Shoulda Been You; Laura Lee Gayer, Dr. Zhivago; Heidi Blickenstaff, Something Rotten; Kate Reiners, Something Rotten.
And the Schmezy goes to Jill Pace, An American in Paris.
And Sydney Lucas, Fun Home. The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Leading Actor in an Original Musical.
Honorable mention, Matthew Morrison, Finding Neverland, Tam Mutu, Dr. Zhivago, Christian Borle, Something Rotten, Brian Darcy James, Something Rotten, Saul Williams, Holler If You Hear Me.
And the Schmezy goes to Rob McClure, Honeymoon in Vegas.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Leading Actress in a Revival of a Musical.
Honorable mentions: Kristen Chenoweth, On the 20th Century; Kelly O'Hara, The King and I; Victoria Clark, Gigi; Vanessa Hudgens, Gigi.
And the Schmezy goes to Erin Davey, Sideshow.
And Emily Paget, Sideshow. The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Leading Actress in an Original Musical.
Honorable mention, Beth Malone, Fun Home, Lisa Howard, It Shoulda Been You, Cheetah Rivera, The Visit.
And the Schmezy goes to Kelly Barrett, Dr. Zhivago.
Schmezy Award for Exceptional Stash, Prosthetic.
Honorable mention, Kelsey Grammer's Hook Stash, Finding Neverland.
And the Schmezy Award goes to George Merrick's Flight Attendant Stash in Honeymoon in Vegas.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Stash, Natural.
Honorable mention, Christian Borle, Something Rotten.
And the Schmezy goes to Andy Carl, On the 20th Century.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Wigs.
Honorable mentions: Richard Mobby, Finding Neverland; Greg Bazemore, Holler If You Hear Me; Leah J. Lucas, On the Town; David Brian Brown, Gigi; Tom Watson, The King and I; Charles G. LaPointe, Honeymoon in Vegas; Charles G. LaPointe, Sideshow; Paul Huntley, It Shoulda Been You; Paul Huntley, On the 20th Century; Paul Huntley, Fun Home.
And the Schmezy goes to Charles G. LaPointe, Dr. Zhivago.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Male Wig.
Honorable mention, Richard Mobby, Kelsey Grammer's Hook Wig in Finding Neverland, Charles G. LaPointe, Kelvin Moonlow's half-man, half-woman wig in Sideshow.
And the Schmezy goes to Paul Huntley, Michael Cerveris's wig in Fun Home. The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Female Wig.
Honorable mention, Josh Marquette, Heidi Blickenstaff's wig in Something Rotten, Josh Marquette, Kate Reinder's wig in Something Rotten, Richard Mobby, Carolee Carmelo's wig in Finding Neverland, Tom Watson, Kelly O'Hara's wig in The King and I, Charles G. LaPointe, Aaron Davey and Emily Paget's red wigs in Sideshow, Paul Huntley, Christian Chenoweth's Veronique wig in On the 20th Century.
And the Schmezy goes to Charles G. LaPointe for Kelly Barrett's wig in Dr. Zhivago.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Prop.
Honorable mentions, glass champagne glasses, Gigi, all the liquid vessels in Dr. Zhivago, Small Allison's Barrette, Fun Home, Lemon Pledge, Fun Home, Jackie Hoffman's Piano Bar, On the Town, and Cheetah Rivera's Cane, The Visit.
And the Schmezy goes to Andy Carl's fake headshot On the 20th Century.
Schmezy Award for Exceptional Costumes.
Honorable mention, Sutrate Ann Larlarb, Finding Neverland, Bob Crowley, An American in Paris, David Zinn, Fun Home, Greg Barnes, Something Rotten, Reggie Ray, Holler If You Hear Me, Jess Goldstein, On the Town, William Ivy Long, On the 20th Century, Catherine Zuber, The King and I, Catherine Zuber, Gigi.
And the Schmezy goes to Paul Tazewell, Dr. Zhivago.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Quick Change.
Honorable mentions, Jill Pace, Offstage, An American in Paris, Rob McClure, Elvis, Honeymoon in Vegas, Kristen Chenoweth, Veronique, On the 20th Century, Laura Benanti, Dream Ballet, The Spring Spectacular.
And the Schmezy goes to Aaron Davey and Emily Paget, Pantsuit, Sideshow.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Lighting Design.
Honorable mention, Natasha Katz, An American in Paris, Christopher Ackerland, The Last Ship, Ben Stanton, Fun Home, Howell Binkley, Dr. Zhivago, Jules Fisher, and Peggy Eisenhower, Sideshow.
And the Schmezy goes to Jaffe Wiedemann, The Visit.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Set Design.
Honorable mentions, David Zinn, The Last Ship, Anna Luizos, It Shoulda Been You, Michael Scott Mitchell, Dr. Zhivago, Scott Pask, Something Rotten, Edward Pierce, Holler If You Hear Me, David Rockwell, On the 20th Century, David Rockwell, Sideshow, Michael Yerrigan, The King and I, Derek McLean, Gigi.
And the Schmezy goes to David Zinn, Fun Home.
And Scott Pask, The Visit. The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Tap Dance.
Honorable mention, Omelette the Musical, Something Rotten, 1 + 1 = 3, Sideshow.
And the Schmezy goes to Life is Like a Train, On the 20th Century.
Schmezy Award for Exceptional Dance Battle.
Honorable mention, Kelly Devine, It's a Godsend, Dr. Zhivago, Wayne Cilentro, I Get Around, Keep Your Head Up, Holler If You Hear Me.
And the Schmezy goes to Casey Nicholaw, Christian Borle, and Brian Darcy James Tapp in Something Rotten. The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Dream Ballet.
Honorable mention, Joshua Bergass, presentation of Miss Turnstiles, On the Town, Joshua Bergass, Lonely Town, On the Town, Christopher Wheeldon, Riverside Ballet, An American in Paris, Christopher Wheeldon, An American in Paris Ballet, An American in Paris.
And the Schmezy goes to Anthony Von Lass, Private Conversation, Sideshow.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Choreography.
Honorable mention, Christopher Wheeldon, An American in Paris, Stephen Hoggett, The Last Ship, Dennis Jones, Honeymoon in Vegas, Danny Mefford, Fun Home, Wayne Cilentro, Holler If You Hear Me, Casey Nicholaw, Something Rotten, Warren Carlyle, On the 20th Century, Christopher Gattelli, The King and I, Anthony Von Last, Sideshow, Joshua Regass, Gigi.
And the Schmezy goes to Mia Michaels, Finding Neverland.
And Joshua Regass, On the Town.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Orchestrations.
Honorable mention, Jason Robert Brown, Larry Blank, and Charlie Rosen, Honeymoon in Vegas, Christopher Austin, An American in Paris, Harold Wheeler, Sideshow, John Clancy, Fun Home.
And the Schmezy goes to Danny Troop, Dr. Zhivago.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Sound Design.
Honorable mentions, Jonathan Deans, Finding Neverland, Nevin Steinberg, It Shoulda Been You, Brian Ronan, The Last Ship, Scott Lair, Honeymoon in Vegas, Kai Harada, Fun Home.
And the Schmezy goes to Peter Holinsky, Sideshow.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Music.
Honorable mention, Jason Robert Brown, Honeymoon in Vegas, John Kander and Fred Ebb, The Visit, Gordon Sumner, The Last Ship, Lucy Simon, Dr. Zhivago, Wayne and Carrie Kirkpatrick, Something Rotten.
And the Schmezy goes to Janine Tesori, Fun Home.
Schmezy Award for Exceptional Lyrics.
Honorable mentions, Jason Robert Brown, Honeymoon in Vegas, John Kander and Fred Ebb, The Visit, Michael Corey and Amy Powers, Dr. Zhivago.
And the Schmezy goes to Lisa Cron, Fun Home.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Original Book of a Musical.
Honorable mention, Todd Creeler, Holler If You Hear Me.
And the Schmezy goes to Brian Hargrove, It Shoulda Been You.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Adapted Book of a Musical.
Honorable mentions, Terrence McNally, The Visit, Michael Weller, Dr. Zhivago.
And the Schmezy goes to Lisa Cron, Fun Home.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Direction of a Revival of a Musical.
Honorable mention, John Rando, On the Town, Bartlett Sher, The King and I.
And the Schmezy goes to Bill Condon, Sideshow.
The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Direction of an Original Musical.
Honorable mention, John Doyle, The Visit, Des McAnuff, Dr. Zhivago, David Hyde Pierce, It Shoulda Been You, Kenny Leon, Holler If You Hear Me.
And the Schmezy goes to Sam Gold, Fun Home.
An honorable mention to the plays we saw.
You Can't Take It With You.
Airline Highway,
Hand to God.
Living on Love,
The Heidi Chronicles.
Constellations,
The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime.
Disgrace,
Love Letters.
The Country House.
It's Only a Play. The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Revival of a Musical.
Honorable mention, On the Town.
And the Schmezy goes to The King and I.
And Sideshow. The Schmezy Award for Exceptional Original Musical.
Honorable mention, Dr. Zhivago, The Visit, Honeymoon in Vegas, Holler If You Hear Me, Something Rotten, It Shoulda Been You.
And the Schmezy goes to Fun Home. For our 5th anniversary, we're going to start honoring plays.